In the heart of an ancient village, hidden between thick forests and red earth roads, there flowed a river. Not an ordinary river. No, this river had a name that mothers whispered only in fear. The River of Atonement. For generations, the village of Ogbara believed the river was the spirit that protected them, protected their harvest, protected their children, protected their peace. But protection came with a terrible price. Every year, the river demanded a bride, and if the village refused, death would visit, not once, not twice, but everywhere. And so, every year, a girl was chosen, a bride for the river. Pause. Until one year, someone finally asked the question no one had dared to ask before. What if the river was lying? Early morning. Fog sits low above the river. Women are crying softly. Drums beat slowly. Villagers gather. At the center stands Chief Adigun, an elderly man with heavy shoulders and tired eyes. Beside him stands Chief Priest Olumo, dressed in red beads and white chalk markings. And in the middle, a young girl, barely 18. Her name is Amara. Her mother clings to her desperately. Amara's mother, crying uncontrollably. No, no, please, please, my daughter is my only child. You cannot take her. You cannot. Village woman, holding Amara's mother. Sister, please, if the river does not receive a bride, we will all die. Amara's mother, screaming. Then let the river take me instead. Let it take me, not my child. The crowd murmurs nervously. The chief priest raises his staff. Silence spreads quickly. Chief Priest Olumo, with a deep, commanding voice. The river has spoken. The spirits have chosen, and the spirits cannot be questioned. Amara, voice shaking but calm. Mother, please stop crying. She gently wipes her mother's tears. Amara, if my death keeps the village safe, then I will go. Her mother collapses. The narrator then said, every year, the same tears, the same fear, the same sacrifice, and every year, the river took its bride. Drums begin beating again, slow, heavy. Men lead Amara toward the river. The villagers begin chanting. Villagers chanting slowly. Bride of the river, bride of the river, bride of the river. Suddenly, a voice cuts through the air. An angry voice then said, stop. Everyone turns. A young man pushes through the crowd, strong, determined, furious. His name is Tunde. Tunde stands in front of the procession, breathing hard, eyes burning. Tunde. This madness ends today. Gasps spread across the crowd. The chief priest frowns. Chief priest Olumo Tunde. You dare interrupt the sacred ritual? Tunde. Sacred? You call killing our daughters sacred? The villagers begin whispering. An elderly woman then said, this boy has lost his mind. Tunde continues shouting. For years we have fed this river with innocent girls. And for what? Fear? Superstition? Stories from dead ancestors? The chief priest slams his staff into the ground angrily. Chief priest Olumo, angry. Enough. If this river is not fed, the curse will return. The floods, the sickness, the deaths. Tunde steps closer, fearless. Tunde, quiet but firm. Or maybe. The river never asked for a bride at all. The crowd erupts in shock. A villager shouted, blasphemy. Another villager, the boy will doom us all. Chief Adigun raises his hand for silence. Chief Adigun in a slow voice said, Tunde, you are a good young man, but you are walking on dangerous ground. Tunde, chief, have you ever seen the river spirit? There was a silence. Tunde continuing. Has anyone? No one answers. Tunde, voice rising. Then why do we believe it demands a bride every year? The chief priest steps forward angrily. Chief priest Olumo. Because our ancestors told us. Because the spirits told them. Because when we refused before, disaster came. Tunde points toward the river. Tunde. Then let the river come and take her itself. Gasps everywhere. Tunde, fierce. If the river truly wants a bride, let it claim her. He unties the rope binding Amara's hands. Tunde asked Amara to go home. The villagers scream. Villagers, no, stop him. But Tunde stands between Amara and the crowd. Tunde, to everyone. Today we stop feeding fear. The chief priest raises his staff again. His voice becomes cold. Chief priest Olumo, you have just doomed this village. Lightning flashes suddenly. Thunder roars. The sky darkens. Wind begins blowing violently. Villagers begin screaming. Villager woman, the river. The river is angry. The water begins rising. Fast, too fast. Chief priest Olumo shouting, you see? The spirit is angry. The villagers panic. Some fall to their knees. Others cry. The villagers started shouting, release the bride, release the bride, release the bride. Amara trembles. Amara, terrified. Tunde, what have you done? Tunde stares at the river, but this time his face changes. Confusion, suspicion, realization, because through the storm he sees something strange, something moving beneath the water. Not a spirit, not a monster, something else. Tunde whispers slowly. Tunde, this is not the river. The storm and the suspicion. The wind roars, rain pours violently, villagers scatter in panic. The river swells and crashes against its banks like a living beast. Women scream, children cry, drums fall silent. Only thunder now fills the sky. Villager 1, terrified, and said, the spirit is angry. Villager 2 then pronounced, we warned him, we warned him. Amara's mother screaming, take her, take my daughter, just calm the river. Amara stands frozen. Tunde grabs her arm. Tunde, urgent whisper to Amara, listen to me carefully. Do you trust me? Amara hesitates. Her body trembles. Amara in a weak voice said, I don't know anymore. Thunder crashes. Water splashes high. Villagers fall to their knees. Chief priest Olumo shouting dramatically, the river spirit demands her bride or the village will perish. The villagers begin chanting again in panic. Villagers in fearful chant said, bride for the river, bride for the river, bride for the river. But Tunde is no longer listening. His eyes are fixed on the water, watching, studying, waiting. Then again. The wooden breathing tube appears briefly again, just for a second, then disappears. Tunde smiles slightly, not with joy, with realization. Tunde, quietly convinced. I knew it. Amara. What? Tunde, whispering to Amara. The river has no spirit, only men hiding in it. Amara gasps. Amara, that is impossible. Tunde, no, what's impossible? Is that a river demands a bride every year for 200 years, and nobody asks why. He looks at the chief priest again. Chief priest Olumo stands tall, watching everything, calm, too calm. The villagers continue panicking. The storm worsens. The chief priest raises his voice again. Chief priest Olumo, you see what your rebellion has caused? If the bride is not offered now, the river will swallow this entire village. People begin dragging Amara toward the water again. Her mother cries, Amara's mother, forgive me, my child, forgive me. Tunde pushes them away. Tunde, furious, stop touching her. Several men grab Tunde. A fight almost breaks out. Chief Adigun raises his hand. Chief Adigun, enough. Silence spreads slowly. The storm continues, but the village waits. Chief Adigun in a slow voice said, Tunde, you have challenged the traditions of our ancestors. If you are wrong, everyone here may die. He pauses, looking deep into Tunde's eyes. Chief Adigun, do you truly believe the river is a lie? Tunde breathes deeply, then answers calmly. Tunde, yes. Gasps again. Chief Adigun, then prove it. The entire crowd freezes. Chief Priest Olumo, angry. Chief, this is madness. But the chief ignores him. Chief Adigun, you say there is no spirit, then go into the river and show us. The villagers erupt with noise. Villager woman shouted, he will die. An old man said, the river will devour him. Amara grabs Tunde's arm. Amara, fearful, don't do this, please. Tunde looks at her. His voice softens. Tunde, if I don't, you will die today, and another girl next year, and another after that. He turns toward the raging river. The narrator in a soft voice said, for 200 years, no man had ever dared enter the river during the sacrifice, because fear had ruled the village longer than memory itself. Tunde removes his shirt. Rain pours down his body. He steps toward the river bank. Chief Priest Olumo in a cold voice said, "When you die, your blood will be on your own hands." Tunde doesn't respond. He simply whispers quietly to himself. Tunde softly whispered, "Truth is stronger than fear." Then he jumps. Under the water splash. The river swallows Tunde instantly. Villagers scream. Amara covers her mouth. The storm rages. Under the water, everything becomes silent. Dark, cold. Tunde swims carefully, searching, looking, watching. Then he sees it, a man, dressed in dark cloth, holding the breathing tube. The man freezes when he sees Tunde. Shock fills his eyes. Tunde grabs him immediately. The man struggles, trying to escape, but Tunde is stronger. They wrestle under the water. The man tries to stab Tunde with a small knife. Tunde dodges, punches him, grabs him again, then drags him upward. The truth emerges suddenly. Two figures burst out of the river, Tunde and the man. The villagers scream in shock. Villager, someone is in the river. Another villager, a man. Tunde drags the struggling man onto the riverbank. The crowd gathers around them, confused, terrified. Tunde throws the breathing tube on the ground. Tunde shouting, "This is your river spirit." The villagers stare in disbelief. The man tries to run, but villagers grab him. Villager woman, "Who is he?" Old man, "I have never seen him before." Tunde grabs the man by the collar. "Tunde, who sent you?" The man stays silent, terrified, sweating. Tunde turns slowly, looking directly at the chief priest. Tunde, calm but deadly, "Ask him." The crowd turns toward Olumo. His face tightens. "Chief Priest Olumo, this is a trick, a deception. The river spirit has taken human form, but the villagers are no longer sure. Murmurs spread everywhere. Villager, why would a spirit need a breathing tube? Another, why is he human? Tunde raises the tube again. Tunde, because this river has never taken a bride. Men have. Silence drops like a stone. The first crack. Chief Adigun slowly walks forward. He studies the captured man carefully. Then he turns toward Olumo. Chief Adigun in a quiet voice said, "Priest, explain this." Priest Olumo hesitates. For the first time, fear appears in his eyes. Chief Priest Olumo, the spirits work in mysterious ways. Tunde interrupts loudly. Tunde, or maybe, the priesthood has been lying for 200 years. Gasps. Chaos begins again. Villager woman, what happened to the brides? Another woman, where are our daughters? The captured man begins crying. Captured man, please, please, don't kill me. I was only doing what I was told. Tunde leans closer. Tunde, told by who? The man slowly raises his shaking finger and points at the chief priest. The entire village gasps. The narrator came forward and said, "For generations, fear had ruled the village, but now the truth had finally stepped out of the river." Priest Olumo's face darkens. The storm begins calming slowly, but a new storm. Silence before the explosion. The rain has slowed. The storm clouds begin to drift away slowly, but the atmosphere in the village has become heavier than the storm itself. No one speaks. No one moves. All eyes are fixed on the captured man, still kneeling in the mud. His finger remains pointed at Chief Priest Olumo. The villagers slowly turn their heads toward the priest. Murmurs begin spreading, like a fire creeping through dry grass. Villager 1, confused and whispered, "Did he just accuse the chief priest?" Villager 2, shaking head, "No, no, that cannot be possible." An old woman, voice trembling, "Olumo has served the spirits for 30 years. Tunde steps forward, rain drips from his hair. His breathing is still heavy from the struggle, but his voice is calm now, dangerously calm. "Tunde, you all saw it. You all saw the man hiding in the river. The river never took the brides. Men did." The crowd begins shouting. Questions, accusations, fear, anger, confusion, everything at once. Villager woman, "Then where are our daughters?" Another woman crying, "Where is my child?" Old man, priest, you must explain this. Chief Priest Olumo raises his staff. His voice is sharp, commanding, but this time, it carries less power. Chief Priest Olumo. Silence. The crowd quiets slowly, but the trust that once filled their eyes is gone. Now there is suspicion. Chief Priest Olumo. Slowly. This man is lying. The river spirit sometimes uses humans to deliver its message. Tunde laughs. A short, bitter laugh. Tunde. A spirit that needs a breathing tube? Some villagers laugh nervously. Others look uneasy. The priest's face tightens. The captured man speaks. Tunde kneels in front of the captured man. His voice softens slightly. Tunde then speaks to the captured man. Listen carefully. You have already been seen. If you lie now, the village will tear you apart. The man begins shaking violently. His voice breaks. Captured man then started saying, please, please, spare me. I did not kill anyone, I only helped. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Amara whispers, helped? With what? The man looks at the priest. Fear floods his eyes. Captured man then said, if I speak, they will kill me. Tunde leans closer and asked, who will kill you? The man hesitates, then whispers. Captured man then uttered, the council. The entire crowd gasps loudly. Villager. The council. Another villager said, you mean the elders? Chief Adigun steps forward slowly. His face darkens. Chief Adigun asked the captured man to explain himself. The man begins crying openly now. Captured man then replied, the river ritual was never about spirits, it was about power. The villagers erupt again. A woman shouted, power? An old man also said, what power? The captured man points weakly toward the forest beyond the river. Captured man then said, there is a cave beneath the river, a tunnel. Everyone falls silent again. At the cave, the man continues speaking, his voice shaking. The girls were taken through the water into the cave. Amara covers her mouth in horror. Amara then asked question, taken, where? The man hesitates, his eyes fill with shame. Captured man replied, some were sold. The entire village freezes. Captured man, continuing. Some were taken to powerful men in distant towns, men who paid well. A mother screams in agony, mother, my daughter. Another woman collapses to the ground. Woman, my child was only 16. Tunde clenches his fists. Rage burns in his eyes. Tunde then asked, who organized this? The captured man slowly raises his trembling hand again, pointing, this time not only at the priest, but also towards several elders standing nearby. The crowd gasps loudly. Several elders step backward nervously. Villager, traitors! Another villager. You sold our daughters? The crowd begins moving toward them angrily, but Chief Adigun raises his voice. Chief Adigun in a thunderous voice shouted, stop! The crowd freezes again. The chief's burden, Chief Adigun, stands in the center. His face carries deep sorrow. Chief Adigun. For years, I believed the river ritual was sacred. He turns toward Olumo slowly. Chief Adigun talking to the chief priest. Priest, did you deceive this entire village? Chief Priest Olumo's face has gone pale, but slowly a strange smile appears. Chief Priest Olumo replied, deceive? He laughs quietly. Chief Priest Olumo, no, I simply gave the village what it wanted. The villagers stare in shock. Chief Priest Olumo continuing, fear keeps people obedient, faith keeps them quiet, and traditions keep them blind. There was gasps everywhere. Chief Priest Olumo, you all wanted to believe the river demanded a bride, so you never asked questions. The villagers look ashamed, angry, betrayed. Chief Priest Olumo, and every year you handed the girls to us yourselves. The words cut deeply, like knives. Amara's discovery. Amara steps forward slowly. Tears fill her eyes. Amara, my sister, she was chosen 5 years ago. The priest says nothing. Amara, voice breaking. Where is she? The captured man lowers his head. Captured man. She is alive. Amara gasps. Amara, alive? The man nods slowly. Captured man. Many of them are. In the cave, hope spreads through the crowd, mixed with fury. Tunde, firm voice. Then we are going there, tonight. The villagers murmur nervously. An old man. The cave could be guarded. Another. There could be weapons. Tunde looks around the crowd. His voice becomes powerful. Tunde, for years. We feared the river. Tonight, the river will fear us. The villagers slowly begin nodding. Something powerful begins rising among them. Courage. The narrator in a slow voice. Fear had ruled the village for generations. But now, the truth had broken its chains, and the people of Ogbara were about to face the darkness hidden beneath their own river. The night of courage night falls over the village of Ogbara. The air is quiet, too quiet. Earlier that day, the village had learned a truth so terrible that no one could sleep. The river had never taken a bride. Men had. And now the villagers were preparing to face what had been hidden beneath their own river for generations. Torches burn across the village square. Men gather with cutlasses, spears, and wooden staffs. Women stand behind them, some crying, others praying softly. The captured river guard kneels on the ground, his hands tied. Tunde stands beside him. Amara stands nearby, holding a torch. Her face is no longer frightened. It is determined. The narrator in soft, steady voice. For years, the people of Ogbara believed they were protecting their village, but tonight, they were going to learn the terrible cost of their silence. Chief Adigan steps forward slowly. His voice is heavy with regret. Chief Adigan, for too long, we trusted without asking questions. Tonight, we will correct that mistake. He turns to Tunde and asks him to show them the way. Tunde nods, then turns to the captured man. Tunde demands the captured man. You will lead us to the cave. The man hesitates. Fear fills his face again. The captured man. If they see me bringing you there, they will kill me. Tunde leans closer. His voice becomes quiet, firm. Tunde, if you don't, this entire village will? The man swallows hard, then nods slowly. The group moves toward the river. Torches flicker in the dark. The river flows quietly now, as if it knows its secret has been exposed. The captured man points toward a narrow part of the riverbank. Captured man then said, the entrance is under the water. Some villagers hesitate. An old man demanded, under the water? The man nods. Captured man then said, there is a tunnel that leads into the cave. It was built long ago. Tunde removes his shirt again. He ties a rope around his waist. He hands the other end to several villagers. Tunde, if I pull twice, pull me out. Amara steps forward suddenly. Amara, I am coming with you. Tunde looks at her. Concern crosses his face. Tunde, it may be dangerous. Amara shakes her head firmly. Amara, my sister may be down there. If she is alive, I want to be the one who finds her. Tunde studies her face, then nods slowly. Tunde, stay close to me. They both step into the cold river. The villagers watch silently, their torches reflecting across the water. The underwater tunnel. The river water is freezing. Tunde and Amara dive beneath the surface. Darkness surrounds them. The rope floats behind Tunde. They swim forward slowly, searching. Then, Tunde sees it, a narrow opening in the rocks beneath the water, the entrance to the tunnel. He signals to Amara. They swim inside. The tunnel slopes upward. Soon they break through the surface. Inside a hidden chamber, they climb onto a rocky floor. Water drips from the ceiling. The cave is dimly lit by oil lamps. Voices echo faintly deeper inside. Amara whispers, Amara, people are here. Tunde nods. He listens carefully. Then they move slowly through the tunnel, step by step, carefully, quietly. The prison of brides. They reach the end of the tunnel. and stop. What they see freezes them in place. A large underground cave, wooden cages, chains, and inside those cages, young women, dozens of them, weak, thin, frightened, some barely conscious. Amara gasps loudly. Amara, whisper. Oh God. One of the women looks up slowly, her eyes widen. Prisoner woman. People. From the village. Amara steps closer, her voice shakes. Amara. My name is Amara. A girl inside one cage suddenly stands, her eyes fill with tears. Girl, Amara. Amara freezes. The voice is familiar, too familiar. Amara, whisper. Ayo? The girl steps forward into the light. It is her sister, alive, but thin, weak, scarred. Amara bursts into tears. Amara, crying. Ayo! She rushes toward the cage. Her sister reaches through the wooden bars. They grab each other desperately. Ayo, crying. I thought I would never see you again. Amara clings to her, shaking. Amara, we're getting you out, all of you. Tunde begins breaking the cage locks using a heavy rock. The prisoners watch in disbelief. Hope slowly spreads through the cave. The discovery. Suddenly, footsteps echo from another tunnel. Tunde freezes. Several men enter the cave, armed. They stop when they see Tunde and Amara. Shock spreads across their faces. There were guards in the cave. They shouted, "Intruders!" On sighting Tunde and Amara, the guards rush forward. Tunde grabs a wooden staff from the ground. A fight erupts. Torches fall. Shadows dance across the cave walls. Tunde fights fiercely, driven by anger, driven by justice. One guard falls. Another runs toward the tunnel exit. Tunde shouting, "Stop him!" But the guard escapes, running toward the village. Amara looks at Tunde in fear. Amara shouted, "He's going to warn them." Tunde nods, breathing heavily. Tunde then said, "We don't have much time." He breaks another lock, then another, then another. The imprisoned women begin stepping out slowly, some crying, some unable to stand. The narrator with a soft voice said, "For years, the river had stolen daughters, sisters, friends. But tonight, the river was giving them back."
Viewers, will you agree that this act of sacrificing human promotes spiritual accountability to the ancestors? 2. Do you think this act promotes ancestral pride and identity? 3. Sacrificing humans to me is an act of cruelty and violence under the guise of religion. 4. Tunde has proved in this story a shift in human consciousness and valuation of human life.